Hello, everyone, and welcome to the fifth and final episode of the Farside Podcast's second season. I'm your host, Landon Miker.
And I'm your co-host, Noah Davidson.
And today's episode is brought to you by Abigator Sports Energy Drinks, a drink with benefits since 2017.
As well as Sleep No More from Devil's Drugs.
All right, and today we do have a guest for this final episode. This guest is a musician, a graphic design student, an actor, and a lover of all things outdoors. Please welcome for the very first time to the Farside Podcast, Joseph Warkentin.
Yeah, it's great to be on, guys. It's been a long time coming, I'll say that.
Yeah, I if I remember correctly, actually, we sent you an invite to come on last year, and you actually politely declined it.
Did I?
I think you did.
I don't know.
So what made you change your mind this year? Was it the seeing the ad?
Yeah, it's the moose on the mug.
The moose.
The moose is very convincing.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, for sure. All right, so Joseph, we're going to get right into the questions here. And Noah, I believe you have the first one.
I do have the first one. So, our first question for you is, how did you get into making music, creating your own songs, doing instrumental covers, stuff like that? Where did this passion for creating music start?
Oh, okay. Well, I guess you could say it started in elementary school when I started taking piano lessons. Yeah, it wasn't always the most fun then, but it got me into music. I took music all throughout middle school, high school, and yeah, it's just been probably my top hobby ever since. I bought a keyboard a while back, and yeah, I've just been playing around on that, recording random things, putting them on YouTube. So
by the sounds of it, you play a lot of instruments. Can you tell us how many you play and like what they are?
Oh, okay. I don't know. I play piano is probably the one that I play most. My piano, the keyboard, whatever. I know a bit of guitar. I really enjoy playing that, but I'm not the best at it. Drums I have at home, and I play sometimes. That's really fun for me as well. And then, played clarinet, saxophone in band class. Let's see, I have a ukulele, but I'm not sure that counts as much of an instrument. Recorder, grade 3.
Recorder, yeah, the best instrument.
Yeah, is that it? I think that's about it.
All right, so Joseph, of course, I know you like playing and making music, but do you listen to a lot of music?
Oh, yes, I listen to a lot of music.
You do, okay.
Yeah, all day, every day, pretty much.
All right. So what kind of music do you listen to?
Well, I'd say that I'm into most kinds of music. I'm not so sure about the heavy metal, whatever, screaming to the mic. Not my thing, but everything else, pretty good. I really like indie folk music kind of stuff. Country is really good too, which I know not everybody loves, but that's okay. Yeah, alternative, pop, whatever, jazz or classical every once in a while too. It's always good.
Okay, and what would you say some of your favorite songs are, right now at the moment and of all time as well?
Okay, well, all time, I definitely say there's a song by a guy his moniker is Novo Amor, and it's called Birthplace. It is the title track of an amazing album, so I definitely suggest checking that out. But yeah, it's called Birthplace. Just really good song by Corey Asbury, who's another singer I like. Your Love Is Strong is the song. Also, Till Kingdom Come by Coldplay is another song that I really enjoy.
All right, and favorite artists or bands?
Yeah, some of the ones I mentioned, like Novo More, I definitely say is my favorite. Listen to a lot of him, and I don't know if he has a bad song out there. I mentioned Corey Asbury as well. I really like him. And I guess I'll mention recently I've been getting into a guy who goes by Vancouver Sleep Clinic. So I'm not sure about that name, but he's from Brisbane, Australia, which makes it even more confusing. So yeah, I don't know, but his music is really good. So I've been listening to that.
Okay, so I have the next question, and this is about your latest piece of music that you released on your YouTube channel. And that was an instrumental cover of a song, Silvery, by Novo Amor. Why did you decide to do this cover, and what was it like working on something like that?
Oh, well, yeah, this was a song that I discovered a while back, and I really liked it. It wasn't super, it was a pretty simple song, so I was thinking about how this is kind of a song that would be up my alley in terms of recording a cover of, because I'm not the most amazing or whatever. But yeah, some of the melodies in there are really, really cool, so I decided to give it a shot, and yeah, it was really fun. I always enjoy messing around with different sounds and different songs on my keyboard. So.
And how long did that end up taking you?
Well, I want to say did the whole thing in a week or two, but obviously not working nonstop then. So yeah, I couldn't tell you how many hours. I'd guess around 10 to 20, somewhere in there. So it wasn't that much work. It's not that much work since it's a cover just of a song that already exists. I wasn't doing any writing or anything. So yeah, it wasn't too hard.
Okay. And my next question is, we're changing topics here more to graphic design. So
all right.
You're currently in college studying graphic design, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Can you tell us why you've chosen to pursue graphic design and what you like about it?
Oh, yeah. Well, in high school, I had a teacher, Mr. Belois, who I really loved. Yeah, he was great. He's my graphic design teacher. I guess I should say that. But yeah, his class was really fun. Learned a lot and really started to love that kind of thing. And I wasn't too sure of what I wanted to do after high school, but that was one of my favorite things to do. So I went for that, got into the program at Red River, and yeah, this is going into my second year now, so that's fun, hopefully. And yeah, you asked what I love about it. So I don't know, it's just the creative side of it, kind of like how I like making music. There's just not much you can't do. So I don't know, just fun to create things.
So more on your graphic design. In your opinion, what are some of the best and like your favorite designs that you've created?
Oh, well, I don't know if I can remember everything I've done, but a while back I did do some posters for One Mission. They weren't really for real or official.
They were
or
like
anything.
the character posters, right?
Yeah, and so those were fun. I liked the way they turned out. Also, I did do your NTD rebrand a while back.
You did do the rebrand. I was very happy with that.
Yes, I was pretty proud with how that turned out. Yeah, I don't know what else I could say.
I remember when you first did that, you wanted me to use a different logo than I actually ended up using, because you made me two logos. I
made you two possible ones that you could use depending on what it was, and one of them had the neon sign looking camera in it. And I really liked that camera illustration there, so I wanted you to use that one. But
I think I actually did use that at one point for one video.
Yeah, but you end up using the other one for your channel, which I think I agree with now, just because it shows the NTD better. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I've got the designer's approval now.
You've got the designer's approval now, yes.
Something else you made for NTD Films is the
Sleep No More. Sleep No More. I do not like. Yeah. I did not design that, Farside fans. It's okay.
All right. Well, changing subjects again. On top of being a musician and a graphic designer, you are also an actor. So clearly, we've got a man of many talents here in studio today.
Oh, okay.
So let's talk about your various acting performances, from NTD Films' recent short film Change to Condor Productions' upcoming film One Mission: The Rise of Crane. How do you feel about your acting skills, and what is it that makes you such an amazing actor?
An amazing actor. I don't know about that. But yeah, I mean, it's fun to do these things. I mean, I mostly do it just because that's what you guys like to do, and it's not my thing necessarily, but it's fun to make movies and stuff, I guess, with you guys directing.
All right.
Probably less fun when Condor's directing.
Probably a little less fun when Condor's directing.
Fair point. So with the release of Change a couple weeks back there on Noah's channel, can you give us an idea of what your experience was like working on this film? And also, how do you feel about how the final product came out? Keeping in mind that the director is sitting
right here. So.
Right. Yeah. Well, actually, not my thing, but I'm not the most amazing or whatever. Do not like. There was a large amount of filming there that happened without me, so I was kind of in the dark as to how the whole storyline went, but like it turned out really good. I love the soundtrack. Working on the film, it wasn't always the most fun. I can't say I always loved to be there, but
Yeah, I remember the first shoot, you were not happy to be there.
I was not happy because it was COVID stuff. I don't know. We were only supposed to have like 5 people, and we were definitely over 5 people, and I don't know why I was so concerned, but I just didn't want anybody to get mad at us. But yeah, other than that, like you had the pizza on, so good catering.
Yeah, good catering.
Unlike Condor Productions.
Actually, we were on a shoot, I think it was less than a week ago, and it was, what was it, like a 5 to 7 shoot, so right in the middle of dinner time. And so I'm like, hey, I'm not going to be able to have dinner tonight. I'm coming right from work. So I asked ahead of time, hey, are you going to have some catering so that I know to, prepare?
Yeah.
Like, maybe I need to grab something on my way home from work. But he's like, no, I'm going to have catering. So I'm like, okay, great. We're going to have, like, something. But when we get there, no food for the whole shoot. And then right at the end, as we're sitting outside the cemetery, he pulls out orange juice boxes, which, first of all, that's gross juice. And then there's like 5 yogurt-covered granola bars. And it's like, come on, this is the farm shoot all over again.
Yeah, what do you expect from Condor? I mean,
I shouldn't have had my expectations so high.
Yeah.
I guess that's on me. That's on me.
That's your fault for even having expectations.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the change.
Back to change.
Yeah, I was really happy with how it turned out. Back to music, I guess. I really thought the soundtrack fit with the movie, and the acting was probably, I'd say, one of the all-around better performances of our things that we've done. There were some spots that were a little iffy, but...
Stand up.
What? Why?
Because I said so.
Cringe. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it turned out really well.
Well, of course the acting was good, Joseph. You were in the film.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
You brought it up.
You know what?
All right. Well, I guess I never really shared my thoughts about change here on this podcast, so I'm quickly just going to throw them in there.
Yeah, I don't care.
Anybody ask?
Why must you, just shoehorn your opinion into everything? Like, nobody cares, bro. Like, the world does not revolve around you. Reality check.
I mean, I know you're
okay?
worried about the audio, but I think the audio turned out really good in the end, actually.
Yeah, and I'll actually have to credit Parker for that, because it was awful when I sent it to him, and then he went and fixed all of that stuff. So I will compliment you here, Condor. You did good on the editing all around.
Yeah, he can edit, but he can't provide catering.
No, he's just got to stick to editing, not directing.
Yeah. All right, so moving on now. Since this is the final episode for season 2, and we are at the end of summer here, we're recording this on August 30th. It's going to release sometime in September. Summer's pretty much over. I want to briefly discuss the summer that was. And Joseph, starting with you, what were some of the highlights of your summer?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, did a lot of biking, did some camping. I went up to Riding Mountain, Clear Lake, did some camping there. That was really fun. Is it hazy in here?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
It's fine.
Okay, never mind then. Okay, anyway, yeah. Did this camping trip with my family for a week. It was really fun, and
Holy
what
shit!
What the heck?
Holy shit! Okay, we gotta stop this thing. We're gonna go to ad break because
our studio's on fucking fire.
Yeah, let's. We gotta get out of here.
Oh no!
oh no!
Abigator has a brand new line of flavors for all who seek bigger muscles and bigger boners. Flavors like jackfruit jizz, come on broccoli, and our hottest seller yet, dildo. Now that's enough flavors for you to feel ripped both at the gym and in bed. And wait, it gets even better. If you order online within the next hour, we'll give you a second bottle half price off.
Wow, that's a big deal.
Yes, but not as big as the boners you'll receive from this amazing product. So, come one and come all and try out our new line of flavors today. Abigator Sex and Sports Energy Drinks fuels your bones and boners.
Are you tired of wasting several hours every day sleeping? If the answer is yes, then boy do I have the drug for you. Introducing Sleep No More, created by Say Tan, founder and CEO of Devil's Drugs. Sleep No More is a brand new drug that allows you to feel as though you slept a full 8 hours without ever having to close your eyes. Taking just one pill will give the consumer enough energy for the entire day. With those kind of benefits, how could you not try this product? Buy Sleep No More today. You'll be damned if you don't.
Hi, this is Jake, and you're listening to my latest single, Pain of the Past. If you fuck with what you're hearing, check this shit out on Apple Music, Spotify, or the iTunes Store.
Wow, that was pretty crazy stuff there, wasn't it, Noah?
Yeah, that's like so much smoke in here. I don't even know what happened.
I'm not sure either. All of a sudden, we were just sitting here having a normal conversation, and all of a sudden, like, smoke just started filling the studio. It was crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
I'm not even sure what to make of it. What about you, Joseph? Joseph?
Where'd Joseph go?
Parker, why the hell are you here? What happened to Joseph?
Well, let's just say a oily rag may have dropped outside the building and may have dropped a match right next to it. Because I was hearing some pretty significant condor slander coming from this building, and Mr. Warkentin, he won't be listening to Nova Amor no more.
Is it hazy in here?
So you're an arsonist and a murderer? Is that what you're telling us?
Next question.
All right, well, since we have you in studio then, Parker, I guess we'll just talk to you about your upcoming short film here, The Rise of Crane. So this is a film that's been in production for quite a long time now. I think it's been close to 2 years, if I'm remembering correctly. I think we started around December of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So, Parker, it's been 2 years and the film is still not finished. Can you just give us a quick update of the film's status, where it's at, talk about maybe the shoots that have happened recently, because I know there's been a couple shoots that we've done recently, and also maybe give us an idea of when it might be releasing.
Okay, well, that's a loaded question there,
Yes,
Lango.
it is.
But yes, one mission. So I'll go from the beginning. So we did start filming around December 2019. Probably script writing a little earlier than that. You'd know just as well as me. You were there on the ground floor of One Mission 2. Yeah, so we originally had it planned as our grade 12 media final. Obviously, that class never happened because of COVID, but we were working on these Pros versus Joes videos, which were kind of soulless editing, just the sports event at our school, and we're looking to revitalize the One Mission franchise, a movie that never asked for a sequel and never deserved a sequel, but we have brought it back, and yeah, so we've been in production for 2 years now. It's been a long time. Lots of reshoots. For example, the hideout scene we've done 2 times. Garage scene 2 times. Just a lot of scenes we've done a couple times, each improving significantly. And recently I've picked it back up because we left it for a very long time. I don't know if you guys remember when the last shoot was, but I think it was.
I think it was the one in your basement,
Yeah, it was
which
the one in your basement in
late October sometime.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, so yeah, we kind of shot a lot in 1 week of August last summer. Kind of sputtered out a bit once everyone had school starting up again. Did a few scenes here and there, like our big climax scene and one scene in my sunroom. And it was getting colder out, and we did shoot some stuff in my basement. But we had this funeral scene left to shoot. That's been the one that's been holding us back, supposedly, the big funeral shoot.
Right.
And that was a very... I'll just start talking about the cemetery shoot now.
Okay.
So that was a very complicated shoot in our first draft. We had 6 actors, most delivering lines, some people just sort of standing there, and then a lot of extras. It was going to be a funeral for one of the characters that dies earlier in the film, and it was a very convoluted shoot. Way too many people needed. We were shooting way too high in that first draft. A lot of our scenes were overly complicated, I believe. But yeah, the funeral shoot was not happening, so I rewrote it this year. so it just needed 4 people and not all these extras, because it's a terrible idea having all these people at the cemetery. Yeah. I don't know. And at one point I was thinking about renting out our community club and having a fake funeral in there. That would have just been a disaster. So we've got it done. That's the main thing.
Yeah, and also I know you also shot another scene that you actually reshot in your uncle's garage, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, so that was last Monday. Not last Monday whenever this comes out, but last Monday we did the garage scene, and Wednesday was the cemetery shoot. So the garage shoot turned out very well. The last time we did it, it was just me, Joseph, and Kevin just stormed out in my uncle's garage, didn't set anything up besides this dirty old card table in the middle of the room, and flicked on the giant LED light and shot up the whole garage. And basically we could see all my uncle's beer paraphernalia all over the walls, Budweiser poster, Dale Earnhardt posters, and a big dirty canoe right in the back, and a bunch of bikes. So it was not a very menacing spot for Victor Crane, supposedly the big bad of the film. Not menacing whatsoever, and it was his first on-screen appearance since the cold open of the film, so it has to be pretty impactful. And this was just absolute crap. Everyone's noses were bright red because it was October or late September, and it was freezing cold in the garage. It's just nothing about it was good. And when someone was too dark, we just point a big softbox at them. And we were not embracing dramatic lighting whatsoever. Everyone was fully lit at all times. So I'm very happy with how the reshoot turned out. We've got the fog machine, which is completely unrelated to this building fire that's going on right now.
Yeah,
of course. This is just
terrible.
Who would ever light this building on fire?
Yeah,
I have no idea what's going on.
I don't know. But so the fog machine, we had the dolly going. We had lots of good lighting setups. We hid the canoe with a big black sheet this time and put some crane posters on it. So the whole shebang, and I'm very happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, from what I've seen of it, because there was a couple pictures sent out, it looks very good. The lighting is 10 times better. I mean, the lighting's the biggest difference of it all.
Lighting was definitely great. But I remember I saw one of the shots. It looked like a haunted house.
Oh, yes.
With all that smoke.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. The fog machine was definitely doing its job, that's for sure.
Yes, it may have had an itchy trigger finger on some of those fog machine shots. We'll have some that'll have no fog in them. Some that look like a haunted house, as Noah said. So hopefully most of them strike a nice balance, but I think we're going to have lots of excessive fog. Some fog continuity errors. Oh, yeah. The continuity police are on me again. You just wait till I do change continuity, then you're in trouble.
I think you might be a little more worried about the one mission continuity than the change continuity.
Oh, yeah. Am I? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at the hair continuity. The hair, has been all over the place. Mine went like short, long. It's just been all over the place.
There's like a 2-year age gap in some of the scenes.
Yeah. Yes, some stuff is like from late 2019, early 2020, and then we've got stuff that we still haven't shot yet. But
the garage scene particularly is Joseph goes from short hair to his crypt keeper hair he's got right now, and I go from my buzzed on the sides and back to this, and no one addresses it. And then it's even happening directly after Joseph walks from one location, the jail cell, into the garage, and in the time he walked from one setting to the other, his hair grew a good 6 inches. So it probably is not the best scene to have back to back, but we'll ignore it. It's low light. Who cares?
Yeah. So. Yeah, it sounds like that was a very good shoot, though, a good reshoot, definitely worth it. Now let's talk about this cemetery shoot. I know we've already kind of, Noah and Joseph and I already mentioned a little bit about it.
Oh, I heard the shit you were talking
catering. So Parker, first of all, explain the catering, because
I don't see why I gotta fucking explain the catering, for God's sake. Okay.
Did you not hear what we said?
Yeah.
I was hearing the shit you were saying. Apparently yogurt bars, 5 yogurt bars, 1 for everybody, and 5 orange juice boxes, also 1 for everybody, was not good enough for a 2-hour shoot. And NTD, you're coming after me for this catering in here. Did you not watch? Were you not on the fucking change set? 3 shoots. Okay. 3 shoots. The second shoot, going 6 hours long. 9 to 3. And what were the catering for that? Oh, that's right. Jack shit for that. And then the first shoot, the bleacher which we reshot. No catering on
Okay,
that.
there was catering
Oh,
the first time.
dumb.
The first time there was catering.
Oh, sure,
I
yes.
had rice
There
cakes
was-
and I had licorice. And
Which
I said,
nobody ate
"It's
and
in my
nobody
bag
saw."
right here.
Oh, sure. Well, there
Nobody
was a
took it.
fucking buffet in the trunk of my van on the cemetery shoot, but
There
nobody
wasn't.
said
No.
Condor.
We
you
were
got
sitting
me.
on the
You
back
got
of
a
your van.
buffet
I have
in
to
the
agree
trunk.
with Noah on this one because
this
I actually
is a
saw the
long-
rice cakes and the
oh,
food
you
in the back.
saw the
yeah, I
fabled rice
actually
cakes.
saw
It
them.
was literally
Noah's
right
bag.
there.
He
It
was
in
right.
my
He
bag.
was
I wasn't
right.
eating any fucking licorice on that change shoot, I'll say. There was
And
no
then
rice
whose fault
cake.
is that?
And then I'm eating a rice cake on change. So dry. I don't see any juice being offered on this shoot. Orange juice was on the Condor shoot. Got anything to say?
I'm pretty sure I told you guys, hey, it's going to be hot, bring water.
Oh, sure.
Water
okay.
is a much better drink than juice.
And then
Much healthier,
scene,
much more
scene two,
refreshing.
perhaps scene 2 at Bruce.
There was pizza.
Would have been absolutely no
There was
food there
pizza
if the script
and 7
if the
Up.
script did not call for pizza and 7-Up. There would have been absolutely no food there.
We only needed
just like
one
there was
pizza.
at the other
We only
shoot.
needed one pizza for the shoot. I think I brought 3.
Yeah, there was
I
a
see
lot
them
of
all on
pizzas.
camera. I'm pretty sure, right?
I'm pretty sure one was off to the side, was it not? Maybe I'm wrong.
No,
Maybe it was
all
only
these,
2.
These pizzas were only on the.
I can't
in
remember.
There
I think
'cause
there
the
might have
script
only been
called for it.
2.
There would have
I think
been
there might have
no
only been 2.
catering. I just don't think STD Films over here can be acting so high and mighty, while meanwhile Condor's providing actual catering for a 2-hour shoot. A fucking 2-hour shoot. This is a 6-hour shoot.
But remember,
four,
remember,
3.
But people were coming from
Okay,
work, yeah.
Me, Jack, Joseph, all coming straight from work.
Oh, this is
because
a load of
apparently
shit.
we need all the light in the world. We can't go home first. We can't have dinner. We have
Yeah.
to go straight from our jobs that end at 4:30. We have to get there.
Yeah.
I
For
was
the record,
rushing.
we didn't start until
I-
like
and
6 o'clock.
I got home.
I
I got home at like 5 to 5. You guys are in my driveway at like 10 after.
Oh,
I don't
this
even
is
have time to empty
15
my bag
minutes.
and
You
change.
can't get some food
Yeah, I
in there.
specifically remember Noah asking you, I think it was the day before, or maybe it was a couple days before, whether or not there'd be catering, because he was working all
Yeah.
day and he said he was going to need something to eat if we were doing the shoot that early.
Oh,
and you
yeah.
said there would
5
be
to
plenty
7.
of
That is
catering.
peak
Plenty
dinner
of
time.
catering.
catering,
It
and
was
you did not
obviously
provide
plenty of catering for a 2-hour shoot is a box of granola bars and 5 orange juices. And pull the fucking message up. Plenty of catering. I'm sure you're gonna put it on the screen
Yeah.
because you just love to fucking expose Condor Productions.
Yeah,
But
'cause you
for
said
the
it. You
record,
said
this was
ex-
good.
you
This was
said
fine.
sufficient
I don't know what you
catering.
fucking expect for 2 hours. You want me to have some goddamn surf and turf in the back of the van? What the hell? What the hell? I'm going for 2 hours. Everyone's getting there. Everyone goes home. And dinner time is not even an argument. Most of those change shoots happen right around dinner time.
No, I was midday the first time. The second one, I will agree. The Bruce one was at dinner
That
time.
was at dinner time.
Yes.
And what did I provide?
Where there
I
would have
provided
been no
dinner.
food
I
if the
provided
script
dinner.
did not call
and
for
then
it.
from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m., there's no meals
Well,
there.
6
Everyone
hours
has
is a
eaten
pretty
already.
long time to be somewhere. 4 hours on a set, you get some food. Why am I getting no food on this set? I didn't even have to give you food legally 2 hours.
There's no legal laws here.
Well, let's compare 2 films here. Let's compare the farm shoot to
Yes,
Sleep
Farm
No
Shoot
More.
and Sleep No More.
my
Let's
That is
talk about
right.
the catering on
Those
these 2.
were-
Not the goddamn
those were
farm
at the
shooting.
exact
Just
same
watch the
time
last
period.
episode again.
Yes.
We already talked about this
Okay.
endlessly.
Okay,
the farm shoot.
Yeah. Okay, we've talked about the farm shoot enough, but
Yeah.
Sleep No More. What did I offer? I offered snacks,
Hot dogs,
hot dogs,
dogs,
drinks,
chips. There was
chips.
tons
I'm
of
pretty
chips.
sure there were brownies or cakes of some sort
Yeah.
as well. I offered plenty of food.
Well, I'm not
And what did
exactly
Condor
at your
offer?
house, and your mom's not exactly cooking up a... You think I'm going to bring my mom to the cemetery? It's like, hey, Ma, cook up some hot dogs for us in the van. It's a totally different
Okay,
circumstances.
But now, yeah, but I'm comparing this to the farm
Well,
shoot.
why are you
even-
comparing it to the farm shoot? Do I have a working kitchen at the farm shoot? Am I
Okay.
going to break into the Warkentins? Get the hell out of here, you dirty Warkentin. I got to cook up some dogs. My cast is starving out
dogs,
there.
Okay, you're cooking up dogs
Okay,
here.
gone.
I
What's,
see.
what's this? This is,
Cooking
you're
up-
grasping at straws here, NTD. Grasping at straws. Its farm shoot is an unmitigated disaster. I've already discussed this. Last episode, we talked about it endlessly. It's not fair to compare it to Sleep No More.
Okay, all right, fair enough. All right, so let's move back on the topic of the cemetery shoot. So, but there was one shot that took a little longer than maybe necessarily intended. Do you want to explain about that?
Yeah, sure, yeah. So coming down from our violent yelling match.
Calm down.
Zen. So cemetery shoot. Well, I don't know what I already said about the cemetery shoot. I'll get into the poorly done shot, but I'd like to say for the most part, everything looked really good. Jack, it was Mr. Jack Fenley. He saved my ass by taking on the role of Polis at the last minute.
And why was that last minute? Maybe
had
something to do with someone else.
Maybe I should expand on that. So the host here of the Farside Podcast, he said Myron, his father, could potentially play Agent Polis probably a few months back. So I say on Thursday, after we've already been talking about it for a couple of weeks, the possibility of having Polis. So I ask on Thursday, Len, could you ask your dad if he'll play Polis? Sure, Peak. Friday, did you get a response from Myron there? I'll ask him tonight, Peak. Saturday, I'll ask tonight, Peak. Sunday, I'll ask tonight, Peak. Finally, Lango asked, and it's no. Okay, now I'm fucking up the creek without a paddle. I got no actor for Polis, and what do I have? 24 hours to cast it?
Yeah.
So if Jack was not available for that shoot, I guess we would have had to move it, or I would have had to reuse an actor, which would not have been ideal, because...
and I'd like to say this is not the first time Landon has done that. He did that on Change, too, because I asked him... Basically, right when I was like, hey, I want to have a future Landon.
Yeah, when you were kind of writing it.
Yeah, when I was writing it back in, I don't know, May, June, whenever I wrote it. I'm like, hey, I want to use your dad for this. And then you're like, yeah, I can ask him. And then it's coming up. It was when we filmed the... now forgotten podcast episode. I was coming over at night and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be over there, can we film that with your dad? That was like, I don't know, a week in advance. You're like, we'll see, I'll ask him. And then kept same thing the next day. Hey, is this happening? And finally, apparently you said that you asked him like literally like an hour before.
About an hour before you came, I asked him.
Like, what's so hard about asking your dad? You literally live with him. You can ask him any time of the day.
I'm just procrastinating. That's for sure.
Okay, well, so that's all you have to say for yourself about trying to sabotage both Change and sabotage one mission?
Yeah, I gotta keep my motives secret. So.
Secret motives.
Secret motives. So you're trying to tank.
Want this guy on set? He's got secret motives over here.
He's trying to tank our project.
I think so.
Make Farside do better.
Yeah, that's
trying to up the Farside stocks, are we?
You know it, Peak. So anyway, so what was this shot?
Yes, the shot.
Very long shot.
So one particular shot where everyone has to handshake. So Landon, Noah, and Joseph, all playing their respective roles of Sinclair, Abrams, and Lombard, walk up to Agent Polis at this big resolution cemetery scene. They just have to shake hands, and Polis goes, Sinclair, Abrams, Lombard. They all go Polis, Polis, Polis. So pretty easy to do. In my shooting plan, I wrote it out, and I estimated it'd probably take a minute or two, maybe even less, 30 seconds. All it is walking up, shaking hands, and then we just have to get the reverse. Well, this did not take 30 seconds to a minute. We probably did this for a good 20 minutes and at least 20 takes. Very long takes at that. And the main problem was NTD Films over here, who got the ball rolling on the laughter.
I'm not the main problem. I was the initial problem. It was fairly evenly spaced out throughout the entire thing.
Well, the initial problem is what kicked off the whole problem. So what do you have to say for yourself, NTD?
I have to say that you were blocking us, and there was Polis on one side, and then we had to walk in, and Landon walked in front, and me and Joseph walked behind. And then, so there's a tombstone there. And then Landon's off to the side. Joseph comes kind of in between Landon and the gravestone. And then also there's the flowers that Landon has placed, and there's also a picture of the commissioner.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that or not, but...
I could not care less. I don't give a single fuck, actually.
Okay, the person for the funeral, their picture is also on the ground, so I'm stepping between two people and a tombstone over top of these props. I'm like trying to slither in, and it was just so awkward, so I started laughing. And that was maybe, I don't know, 2-3 takes. And then Jack started laughing because he just started thinking about it, and then he starts laughing.
Baker?
I laugh.
And
then Joseph
laughing?
was also laughing here. Hey, this was funny at the time.
Actually. I don't hear anything funny about laughing in a cemetery full of a bunch of people. People are coming there to remember, and we got NTD, the necrophiliac, over here, just having an excellent time, just laughing it up.
It had respect to them. This is about the commissioner. The commissioner's death is funny. Okay.
You think the death of my elderly neighbor in One Mission: The Rise of Crane is comical?
The character,
wow,
character
you
here.
are burying yourself pretty deep here. We're gonna just have to leave you in the
was that
cemetery.
a graveyard pun you just
it
made?
was, yes, it was.
I'm the necrophiliac? You're making fun of graves?
What's that NTD? You're a necrophiliac? Take that clip out of context. Take it out of context.
No.
You heard it here, folks.
Well, so anyways, needless to say, I guess I can wrap this up. So yeah, the shot, basically, we spent a good 20 minutes going through it, and
I need to defend myself, though. I was
Yeah,
only
sorry,
the
go
first
ahead.
couple
What
takes.
did
Go
I
ahead.
just hear?
After
NTD
that-
was a necrophiliac?
After that, it was all Joseph. Joseph ruined the second half of the takes. You have to admit that one part.
Okay.
We were calming down.
He did ruin a handful with his nickname for my character, Agent Sinclair. Which Noah, why don't you tell everyone
It
about
was
this?
it was a huge build up, maybe I don't know 5 takes or so, where he ruined it by saying this name for Sinclair, and then when he finally told us that it was Agent Sinky, and that just everyone burst out laughing because how dumb it was.
Yes, just 'cause of-
I got some criticism on set for having Joseph reveal the
Right.
nickname, saying that I caused more bad takes.
No, I will say that was smart.
But we were already about 5 takes in, and every time Joseph would blow the take and say, "Tee, I thought of a funny name for Sinclair. You guys want to hear it?" And he's like, "No, I can't say it. I can't say it." And then next take, Agent Polis, Agent Sinclair. Tee. Guys, I have a hilarious name for Sinclair. Oh, but I can't say it. 5 takes later, just say the fucking nickname, Joseph. Oh, no, I couldn't. Say the goddamn nickname. Agent Sinky. The shoot's fucking blowing. There's 10 more minutes. But this is just, that was the whole saga right there of Agent Sinky. Christ. What a bunch of goons laughing at the cemetery here. But Landon, you were perfect.
Landon actually didn't mess up any
Yes,
takes.
for once, usually I am the worst person on sets for purposefully messing up takes, for laughing uncontrollably and sporadically, but I have to admit, I did not, I don't think I messed up a single take during that long stretch of chaos.
I can watch every one of those handshake clips. I don't think you mess up one, Micah. I appreciate it so much.
Well, you're most certainly welcome, Peak. But
Thank you.
I guess so. Overall, are you happy with these 2 reshoots? That being the garage shoot and the cemetery. Do you feel? Are you pretty happy with what turned out?
Yeah. Cemetery wasn't a reshoot, but the garage reshoot, I'm very happy with how it turned out as compared to the first one.
Yeah.
And the cemetery shoot looks great. I was a bit worried about traffic noise because the cemetery we're shooting at is along a busy street, but it's not a problem at all. And the light was pretty perfect for our shoot. It was been raining all week basically, but then the sun decided to come out.
And you got some nice light rays there.
Yeah, there's some nice some light shining right down, and thank God I had the bounce card with me, because if I did not have the bounce card, Micah, you would have been in complete darkness for all your shot reverse shot. But luckily I was able to sort of manipulate the light, so you're pretty well illuminated for most of the stuff. Some stuff you're a little dark, but yeah, that saved the day for sure.
Yeah, and of course with the rain, the rain really helped because it would have been yellow. Like the grass, the trees, everything was dying because we had not had rain for pretty much a month.
Yes.
It's been a very dry summer, and then we got rain, as you said, 3-4 days consecutively right before it, and everything was a nice green. I think it really helped. I mean, I've seen a few photos from the shoot, and the shots are really nice.
Yeah, and then I guess I'll just say we're doing the final shoots on Friday. So there's a lead-in, some establishing shots before the cemetery shoot. So that'll be a very fast shoot. We just have to get 3 shots. We just couldn't fit it in the same day as the cemetery, and that's just with Landon, Noah, and Joseph. And then we have the cliffhanger scene that we're doing with I won't say, because who knows who's in this cliffhanger scene? Who's alive at this point? We need to have some twists left. We already know, know who's dying.
You've already said every single scene in the film, basically. They can just piece it together.
But we're doing the cliffhanger scene on Friday as well. And then I'm going to reshoot the first scene we did, which was a Christmas themed scene. Because the first time I shot it, that was the December 2019 scene. And we're shooting in a different frame rate. We're using a different camera. I didn't know really what I was doing whatsoever, so it'll be considerably better this time. I just won't have all the Christmas decorations up because I'm not looking to set up for 2 days to shoot the scene. We'll just have some nicely placed decorations.
All right, sounds good, Parker. So now that this film is finally, close to being done, production is almost wrapped, when do you think viewers can expect the film to release now?
So I know we were talking earlier about having sort of a Christmas ambience because
Right.
the first scene takes place at Christmas. So a December release would be nice. I have to cough. There's a lot of smoke in this building.
Okay.
Why is there smoke in the building, Parker?
Something to do with an oily rag and
Yeah,
match.
and what happened to Joseph?
I don't know. I think you might see his charred remains on the way out. But yes, a December release date would be nice because of the Christmas scene. However, One Mission has been a considerable weight on me since 2019, and it's always in my conscious, and I would love to get rid of this goddamn thing because it's taking up. It's just, I wake up in the morning and it's like, hey, fucko, you still haven't finished One Mission. When are you going to get that done? I'm like, God damn it, conscious. So I can't wait to get rid of it. So I might not even be able to wait till December for this release. I don't think anybody would be too sore about that. And then we'll have a big screening party. So I'd say I'd probably have it edited all by October. I don't know if I'll release it in October, but you can expect it within the coming months, unlike the last 2 years when you could never expect it because it was never shot.
Now you can. The end is actually in sight.
The end is in sight, and soon I will be free of One Mission, and Condor Productions will rise again and create some exciting content like, what's the bad one? Saving Private Parker.
All right. Well, definitely looking forward to One Mission: The Rise of Crane, their Condor. So moving on now, because this is the very last episode of season 2, I just want to take a brief moment to go back and kind of reflect on the season that was. So starting with, I guess, Noah, can you just kind of talk about, how you thought this season was? I mean, obviously we started this season virtually due to COVID restrictions in our local area. They were pretty heavy at the time. So we were not able, unfortunately, to do it in studio, and we were stuck doing it over Zoom, which I have to say personally, I didn't really enjoy even half as much as I enjoy the in-studio ones. But we did that for a little while, and then, of course, finally, with episode 4, we came back in studio. Parker, you joined us, and then here we are in episode 5. So Noah, just briefly summarize your experience here as co-host on the second season of the Farside Podcast.
Well, those first 3 episodes kind of like almost merge into one at this point. Like, I don't know, it's not the same. Like, I remember it was all about me in the first one, all about you in the second one, and in the third one we did like that throwback segment.
Right.
But I don't know, it's not as fun. You can't do gags, you can't really do jokes, you can't really work off each other as much because you got to wait for the leg and all that. And then on top of that, I remember every single time we were filming, you would, like, since we usually record these in 2 different segments, like the first part, the ads, and the second part. So Landon would stop recording, and then as soon as he stopped recording for the first segment, my Wi-Fi would just crash. It wasn't even when he was recording, it was when he would stop recording, which makes no sense to me. But it would just crash, and it was so annoying because it would take us like 30 minutes, and I mean, we probably have more technical issues now.
Yes, definitely. But just, a lot of technical issues in studio.
In studio has a lot of technical issues too. Those ones are a little more annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, those ones, it kind of just sucked the life out of it being online. So I definitely really liked being back in studio for these last 2 episodes. Just kind of wish that there were some more episodes.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree. Like, I think the first episode I interviewed you about your YouTube channel, NTD Films, and some of your upcoming short films, Change being one of them. And then second episode, I talked about my novel, The Heat Wave, as well as the Condor Productions Expose, which was about to release at that time.
Of course, the Condor Expose. I can never get away from the Condor Expose.
A lot of shade thrown towards Parker in that one.
Oh, yeah.
And I also, in that episode, I think we reviewed Rocky, was it? I think it was Rocky, yeah.
Yeah, Rocky.
And then the third episode, which I would have to say is, yes, my least favorite episode because we did the throwback TFP segment, which it was a cool idea. I liked the idea of it. I don't think it really worked out. It just wasn't something that I continued with because I didn't really enjoy it that much in the end. And then the Psycho review. But getting back in studio, I mean, that 4th episode, all 3 of us were on, and it was really nice. I mean, Parker, you were back. We did a lot of great gigs in that episode, including the
classic
whoopee cushion, which I have right here. So
Where are you throwing? No, 75 tickets, Miker.
Sorry, Pete.
That's probably about a 10-cent balloon.
Well, apologies there, Pete. But yeah, Parker, I now want to know what is your experience? What has your experience been like here this season on the Farside Podcast? Obviously, not just as a guest, but also as a viewer or a listener.
Okay. Yeah. So the first 3 episodes, I'm sorry to say, I did not pay that close attention. I watched them all.
Right.
Yeah, I'm an avid TFP fan, but I'm more likely to rewatch an old studio episode than watch one of the Zoom episodes. But I watched them. I don't think I watched the video portion really, mostly just the audio. I remember having a good laugh during the Condor Productions expose. I think that was the 2nd episode.
Yeah.
And there was also a very funny commercial that had a picture of me lit from under where I looked very menacing.
Yes.
Condor expose, read it now. And
Right.
also, fuck you, Micah, or something. There was like a soundbite of that. Yeah, and then the TFP throwback. I think I enjoyed that pretty much. I haven't really seen Rocky or Psycho, so I didn't get much from the movie reviews, unfortunately. I have seen Psycho now, so I guess I could rewatch. But this is yeah. And then coming on in episode 4 was obviously a great time. It was sort of returning to the roots of the Farside Podcast. I think it was the best produced episode you've ever done. Or yeah, we had the 3 cameras. Now we've all got fancy cameras and
Yes.
good mics across the board. And yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, I think it was well edited. I had good work on that one, Micah.
Thank you.
Good gags. So yeah, episode 4 was really fun, and I got shot in the head, obviously, but I guess I came back to life for this podcast.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, it's great to hear, Peak. And Noah, I guess I'll ask you now, as co-host of the 2nd season, you actually managed to stay to your co-host position
I
the
didn't
whole
get,
season this
fired
time.
like I did at the end of last season, which
Yeah.
is I'm very thankful for.
Fired for no real reason, but yeah. What was your experience like this season? How did you find co-hosting this season of the Farside Podcast?
I mean, it's just such an honor to be a part of the Farside Podcast, because it's probably one of the best shows out there, and to be a part of it, especially to be the co-host of such an extraordinary. Ruining my speech here.
Anyway, sorry, Noah. Ignore his very
got dredged 4 times
rude,
last year.
very
Parker's
rude
being
look.
really rude here.
And continue your very heartfelt speech.
I mean, I lost all train of thought, but it's just the Farside Podcast. It's more than just a show. It's
a fan for necrophiliacs. Oh no, it's a show for necrophiliacs. Damn it! I fucked the gag.
Come on, yeah, it's more than just a show. It's a family here,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're a family. It's all about family.
It's all
That's
about
what it's all
family.
about.
It's a wonderful show. We like to be here, and it was some good times here, and I just wish there were some more episodes.
All right. Well, that's just about it for this episode and this season of the Farside Podcast. Parker, I would like to thank you for coming onto the podcast as a guest. It is greatly appreciated, and always great to have you on for your insightful humor and try and defend your YouTube channel, Condor Productions, even though I don't agree with what you have to say most of the time. And Noah, I also want to thank you for co-hosting. You did an excellent job, and you also helped me to basically expose Condor Productions. So thank you very much, Noah, for the co-hosting, Parker for guesting, and viewers, I also want to thank you guys, because obviously for those of you who tuned in, whether it be every week that we did an episode, or whether it just be for 1-2 episodes, whatever it be, I really appreciate you tuning in, and I really hope you enjoyed this season of the Farside Podcast and the episodes you watched. Looking forward to season 3. If you have any suggestions or recommendations for this 3rd season, feel free to leave a comment down below. But that's about it. And again, thank you for watching. But that's about it, guys. And yeah, live from the Farside Studios. This is season 2 of the Farside Podcast. Now signing out. Oh no! Oh man!
That's okay, though. We don't need that, do we?
No, that's good.
Farside Podcast.
That's good.
Shit show fresh out of hell.